Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So every year, at the end of the year, I usually do a video about my wish list, talking to you about the wish list from previous year. How did I do? Fragrances I got, fragrances I didn't get, maybe fragrances I changed my mind about, and talking to you about the year ahead. What do I have on my current wish list? This is sort of a similar type of video, but I really don't want to call it my wish list because in reality, and I mentioned this in one of the tags that I did recently, I don't have a wish list. I don't think it's a wish list. It's not how it used to be, where I actually had a list that I would put fragrances on, I would take fragrances off. Like I really paid a lot of attention to what I wanted. It was always quite an extensive list. I no longer, my mindset is completely different these days, so it's really not a wish list. So yeah, I don't really have a wish list. So what I'm going to call it is something like, fragrances that I would like to add to my collection, that I would like to have in my collection. But if I don't, that is okay as well. Now, before I go into the fragrances that I would like to add to my collection, let's talk about fragrances that I did have on my wish list last year. What happened to that wish list? And if you watched that video, you might remember that my wish list was very short. Even last year, it was very short. And yeah, let's talk about it. Let's see either any fragrances that I actually added to my collection from that list. So the first fragrance that I had on the wish list is DSUANO from Morph. And that was my #1 fragrance on that wish list. And that is the fragrance that I did not get. I did not add it to my collection. And I don't know why, because I would still like to have it. It's a gorgeous coconut scent. Absolutely beautiful, sweet coconut scent. I don't know why I didn't get it. That's how it happens sometimes. There was just always something that stopped me from getting it. I think partially it's because I cannot find it on any of the sites that I usually shop on. I know where to get it. There is a way to get it. There's quite an expensive shipping charge from that site, and that's the only one I know of. So I wish I could find it somewhere more locally or on one of the sites that I'm familiar with. I don't know. I kind of feel like that's the main kind of reason that stopped me from getting it. But I still would like to have it. But so far, I don't have it. The next one that I had on the list was Oasis from Narcotica. And again, if you watched my haul from this summer, I did get it. Now, I did buy a partial bottle because that's what I found. And because I don't need a full bottle. And because, their bottles are so expensive. I'm perfectly fine with a partial bottle. This is a gorgeous passion fruit scent. I still love it. I enjoyed it quite a bit this summer. I got it probably towards the end of the spring, somewhere in there. So I did get to enjoy it this summer. Beautiful scent, no regrets. Glad that I got it. But, I got it probably around a year after it came out, which is again fine. I don't, I used to feel like, oh my God, something new came out. I need to get it right away. I don't feel that way anymore. I mean, what's the rush? What's the rush? I have so many gorgeous fragrances in my collection that I'm wearing, that I'm enjoying. I don't need to rush and get anything at this point, really. So I loved this fragrance, but I waited until it was the right time for me to get it. And I got it, and I'm loving it. Next one that was on my list is Erba Gold from Xerjoff. And again, if you watched the same haul in the summer, you saw, I think it was in the summer, or maybe it was the first haul of the year, actually. I don't remember, but I talked about it during one of my hauls this year, and there were only 3 hauls in total. I did get Erba Gold. Again, even when I talked about the wish list, I said, you know, I want it, but I'm gonna wait until, you know, the fragrance is available on one of the discounter sites for a better price. There's no rush. And when it became available, I did purchase it again. Wore it in the summer. Really, really beautiful, fruity, musky scent with a lot of mango in it. Like, I get a lot of mango in it. Yes, similar to Erba Pura, but also different as well. Beautiful scent. Again, no regrets that I got it. And so that one is off my list. And so that's 1, 2, 3, right? That's 3 fragrances I've talked about so far. And the last one, or the last sort of group of fragrances that I talked about, was testing some of the newer releases from Navitus, like their collaborations with other creators, you know, fragrances like Miel Extase, Ambrosia Imperial, like Baklava Royale, you know, some of the new ones that kind of came out in the last year or so. Now, I did a full dedicated video to these fragrances at the beginning of this year. I did get to sample quite a lot of them, you know, so if you're interested in my opinion about them, you can hear it there. I did end up with 2 full bottles. That is Miel Extase, which is a gorgeous, strong, powerful honey scent. Like, this is honey, like real honey. This is only for those that can handle very, very strong, very, very sweet honey. And I also ended up with Baklava Royale, which is Gabi's collaboration, which is like this beautiful Middle Eastern dessert. This is, you know, honey and nutty type of fragrance. I love that one. It might be it is my favorite from Navitus. You know, there are a few others that I tried that were available at the beginning of this year. You know, some worked for me, some didn't. Here's what I would say regarding these fragrances and regarding, you know, Navitus collaborations in general. And this is, I do not mean disrespect to anyone who collaborates with them. I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and I understand why people do it. And of course, you know, congratulations to them. But I'm tired of them, personally. I am. There's so many, and it seems like they're happening nonstop. Somebody's coming up with a collaboration with Navitus all the time, and it's all that they talk about. Like, that becomes the best fragrance ever released. And again, I get it. They're proud of it. They're promoting it. I get it. But for me, as a viewer, as a consumer, I'm tired of it. I can't keep up with all of them. I became kind of indifferent at this point. It used to be so special. Like, these were so new and so rare that it was so special at the beginning, and it just, to me, it doesn't feel special anymore. Again, this is just my subjective opinion, without any disrespect to any of the collaborators, you know. So yeah, am I interested in the newer ones? Am I tempted to try them? No. If they come my way in whatever way, you know, if I get an opportunity to test them, yes, I would love to. But am I going to go out of my way to get samples or to blind buy any of them? No, I will not at this point. Like I said, I'm just, it's too much. For me, it has become too much. So we've covered what was on my wish list last year. Let's talk about fragrances that I would like to add to my collection this year. Now, again, I really don't consider this a wish list. It's fragrances that really stood out to me from the ones that I tested, fragrances that I think will work in my collection. But if I get them, great. If I don't get them, I'm okay with that as well. Now, the first one is Rosendu Matheu number 8. I tested it earlier this year. This is a very summery, fruity, musky type of scent. Really impressed me, kind of surprised me. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Now, it is a summery scent, you know, so definitely I'm not getting it anytime soon. I'm gonna retest it again. I still have a sample closer to the next spring and summer. If I still feel strongly about it at that time, perhaps I will get it. But for now, I'm definitely not getting a full bottle, but it is staying on my radar. This is a fragrance that I'm keeping in mind because I really, really enjoyed it when I tested it. Another one that made a huge impression on me is Carioca. That's what I'm going with. Heart from Jusbox. Oh, what a beautiful, again, mango fruity type of scent, like candy-ish type of scent. I loved it, absolutely loved it. Again, since I didn't get it this summer, this is more of a summery scent. How did I end up with quite a few summery scents here? I don't know. But I'm not getting it now because this is not the right season for this fragrance. I'm going to wait until the warmer weather, retest it again, see how I feel about it, and then maybe I will get it. I think this is probably one of the stronger contestants on this list of me adding to my collection because I really, really, really enjoyed it. Also love their bottles. I think they're so cute. So yeah, we will see, but it's another fragrance that I'm kind of keeping in my mind. And surprisingly, we have another mango scent. Like, I don't know. I'm still having an obsession with mango. That is Valhalla from Paradis, the Sens. I think most likely, it's going to be a choice between either a Carioca Heart or Valhalla. I don't think I will get both because both are mango centric and I already have so many mango fragrances. I just don't see the need to add 2 more mango scents to my collection. So I'm gonna have to make a choice between the 2, I think. Which one am I gonna go with? I have no idea. And maybe I think partially the reason that I haven't purchased either one is because I'm having a hard time deciding which one it should be because I really, really enjoy both. So we will see. But I think most likely it's going to be one of these 2. Now, next one. I tested earlier in the year and I think, honestly, this is number 1 on this list. This is a fragrance that I want more than any other fragrance. And the reason I haven't purchased it is because it is so unbelievably expensive. Like if I go retail, it's crazy. Like, I don't know, Canadian prices, I don't know if they're the same around the world, but Canadian prices, like, ridiculous. So expensive. And I've been waiting all this year for this scent to appear on one of the discounters, and I still don't see it. If any of you know any discounters that sell this fragrance, please let me know because I want this one more than any other. I think if I find it for at least, I mean, even on discounters, it's very expensive, but at least it is a little bit better. So if any of you know of any sites that sell this with a slightly lower price, please let me know because I want this one more than any other. Okay, I should probably tell you what I'm talking about. This is the Omniscient Mr. Thompson from Penhaligons. The beautiful elephant. Oh my God, I think the elephant is just gorgeous, so gorgeous. And I loved the scent. This will be quite a unique scent for my collection. It's like, there's some sandalwood, there's some iris, it's sort of a little bit powdery, a little bit sweet, a little bit woody. Oh, it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I actually, because I originally tested it at the beginning of this year, I fell in love with it. And very recently, I was in one of the department stores close to me, and they never used to sell Penhaligons there. And all of a sudden, I see Penhaligons there, and the Mr. Thompson was there as well. So I actually got to see the bottle like in real life. Oh my God, the elephant is just gorgeous. I love elephants. So definitely, I won't lie that the elephant is part of the appeal for me, for sure. But I got to smell the fragrance again and I still love it. I still love it. I think it's gorgeous and it's unique to my collection and I want to have it more than anything else. But like I said, I'm just not willing to pay the retail price. I think it's ridiculous. It's outrageous. So yeah, again, if anyone knows where to get it for at least a bit of a discount, please, please let me know. Now, another one that I tested, when did I test? I think earlier this year, I want to say. And again, I'm debating if I should get it or not. That is Smoking Hot from Kilian. I know it didn't get the best reviews and many people were saying that this scent is quite masculine. And I can see their point of view. In my opinion, for me, I don't don't find it masculine. I find it quite unisex and I can wear it. I would say, if I had to describe it, I would say that it is a more smoky and more masculine version of Angel Share. I love Angel Share. I love it. And this one is not too masculine for me to wear. But I am debating if I need it in my collection or not. Again, I don't want to have too much repetition. I only add fragrances that make sense in my mind, you know, and I don't know about this one. I don't know if I need it. So I'm kind of debating it, but I am a fan of how this fragrance smells. So we will see what happens here. I don't know, but it is on my, you know, keep in mind list. And that brings us to the last one on this list. Yeah, like I said, the list is very, very short. There are, again, I test a lot of fragrances and there are many that I like, you know, many that I also don't like. But just because I like a fragrance doesn't mean that I need a full bottle, doesn't mean that there is a place for it in my collection. That's just where I am at this point, which is thrilling for me because, you know, even a few years ago, I was in a completely different state of mind where I like this. That means I need a full bottle. No, I really don't. I don't feel that way. These are really the ones that like touched me in some way, that I connected with in some way, that I see fitting into my collection for whatever reason, you know. That's why the list is so small now. Anyways, getting to the last fragrance on this list, that is the House of Brandt Bois de Santal. Now, I've talked about this one several times now, and I think it's one of the most beautiful sandalwood fragrances. Really beautiful. Just, there's something about it. So sophisticated, so smooth and creamy and warm and sweet and just beautiful. Just cloud-like type of fragrance. I really loved it. So yeah, it is on my list. Again, I don't know, it's expensive and, you know, I'm pacing myself. We will see. I think the chances of me adding it to my collection are quite high, but we will see. We will see. And that's it. So I have, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fragrances on my radar. Let's call it that way. Number 1 is definitely Mr. Thompson from Penhaligons. This is an absolute must. Like, I know that sooner or later, but that fragrance definitely will be in my collection. This is not a debate, whereas everything else is a bit of a debate still. You know, I'm kind of giving myself time. It's like, you know, with last year's Narco Oasis, I got it much later after testing it, you know, because I really wanted to see if that fragrance will withstand the test of time. You know, if after some time I will test it again and I will still love it, which it did, and that's why I got a full bottle. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with these other fragrances as well. But like I said, Mr. Thompson, yes, the elephant will be mine. So there you go. Here's an update on my wish list from last year and the fragrances that I would like potentially to add to my collection in the upcoming year. Please let me know, what do you have on your wish list? Are there any other fragrances that I need to test or to know about? Maybe, you know, there's something really amazing out there, which I'm sure there is, that I have not tested and I don't know about. Please let me know. I love hearing your opinions and your advice, so definitely share it with me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.